to do a topic on relationship breakup. Can or should we still be friends? This is something that I hear constantly from people where they say, oh, but we're still friends. We're really good friends.
Or what about those guys that say, I'm friends with all of my exes?
Oh my God. Do you know how many times I've heard that?
Yeah.
It's almost like the first 3 sentences when you meet somebody.
Yes. I don't know why they say that.
That should be a country song.
With all of my exes.
Do we feel that we have to be friends with our ex because we had a relationship with them? Is it okay that one person, the person that broke up with us, is the one saying they want to be friends? Because the person that's sitting there that's brokenhearted is the last thing they want to do is be friends. They want to kick your ass.
Yeah, they want to carve your eyes out.
Exactly.
I think it takes time.
A long time,
sure,
like maybe 10 years.
Yeah. Okay, well maybe not, because after 10 years, you're not really going to care about that person. Let's be honest. Because you slip into that like sex and all that kind of stuff, and you know, and then feelings get kind of ambiguous.
Yeah, and even if there's no sex involved because they're seeing somebody, okay, but you're still their friend.
But then they have a drunken night.
Yeah, or
and they're like, hey, I know you, you know me.
But even if they don't,
we are familiar, and then.
But even if you don't have a drunken night, the person that got dumped and has to learn how to be the friend is always kind of hoping a little bit down here that something might happen. So they give up their own happiness of being with somebody of some value because they're friends with this person who wants nothing to do with them emotionally.
That's very true.
Or they probably want sex, but they don't want emotion. So that person is sitting there for the next 5 years being their friend, getting the short end of the stick.
Wasting all that time.
And they're not moving on.
And they're wasting all that time.
Would he be okay if all my exes were coming for dinners and hanging out all the time? Once in a while at a wedding scenario, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But having them on a regular basis over...
I mean, the boundaries are it's so fragile, you know. I think you can't, let's be honest, you can't say, you know, I don't want you to see your ex, and because you share something, you do share somewhat of a past together, and I think that connection will always be there.
There are times when you can do that if you've been apart for a very long time. If it's a recent breakup, absolutely not.
No, I agree.
If you're already establishing yourself in a new relationship with somebody else and you've got this ex hanging around that and you're seeing each other and you expect your new person to be okay with this?
Okay, I was seeing this guy who had an ex-wife, and the ex-wife it wasn't like years and years and years. It was probably like 8 months, let's just say. Okay? So, but now I'm dating him. And he gets a new apartment, and we agree that we're going to pick out furniture, and I'm going to help him, you know, because I have a good eye. He said, oh, well, my ex, so-and-so, wants to help me pick out a couch. I said, Mama didn't like that.
How long did you date him for? Next week?
Yeah, probably about a week longer than that. Yeah. No,
I had to go to IKEA with his wife and together pick out a couch. That did it. If you were to meet a guy now that said that, what would you do? You'd say he's not ready, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yes, and that is actually what I said to him too. He's
not ready. Yes. He's not ready because he is doing the teeter-totter.
Yes.
And that's a big red flag. So this is my whole point about this topic of can or should we still be friends after a breakup. I don't think it's a good idea.
Only if there's kids involved.
Still want to be really tight friends. There's still some form of an attraction. My own personal opinion, write in and give me all the crap you want. That's what I have found in my years, and I'm older than you, that I have found with dating and everything else. If you're really close friends, it's different if you see each other at a wedding because you've got groups of friends that are associated together. But talking to them all the time, or going out on Wednesday night and having your weekly dinner with them while your partner's at home.
That's true.
And it's wrong.
It almost like strengthens that bond as well. You know, the keeping in contact. You know, I know that with my ex, the more I don't speak to him, the further away I feel.
Even though you're not going to admit it to anybody, that maybe you'd like to get back with them. So you're giving up your life on the off chance, or not even on the off chance you go back together, just so you can see them.
Good point. So what do we say?
So the end of this conversation here is, I think I'd be really careful about who you remained really close friends with. I would say give it a couple of years when your heart has healed. Maybe you're in a new relationship and maybe you can have a scenario. But don't do it right away. It's not right to do it right away. And don't expect your ex-partner to want to do it right away. Back off.
Back off.